Brakeman to 7285. You are clear 10 cars westbound. I am on the point. I have control of the air.
This is the train set we're going to use. The two coaches on each end. The one on each end built in 1930. They came from New Jersey. The conductor on a railroad has a very important job. He is basically the boss of the train crew, and he is not the person that operates the locomotive. That's the locomotive engineer. The locomotive engineer takes his direction from the conductor. The conductor and the engineer share the overall responsibility for safely operating the train over the railroad. Here at the museum, since we're all volunteers, none of us are paid, that doesn't change the responsibility of the job. We still have that responsibility, paid or not, to conduct that train safely over the road for our passengers and our crew.
I'm in charge of the locomotive, for operating the locomotive in a safe manner. The conductor is actually in charge of the train. So I answer to the conductor as far as train movements, and also I generally don't move unless I get a signal from either the conductor or the brakeman to go forward or reverse, either hand signals or by radio. The brakes we have are not like an automobile where you can put on the brake, and if you have too much brake you just ease off a little bit to control your speed when you want to come to a stop. These brakes, if you put on a certain amount of brake and you find out that's too much, you have to release them all the way off and then apply them again to where you think you need it. I grew up on a farm, so I'm used to working on and operating equipment, and this is a good chance to do that same thing, only a different type of equipment.
A brakeman is responsible for hooking up the cars. He's responsible for the safe operation and movement of the train as far as directing the engineer. You may have noticed, I'm down on the ground giving signals back and forth, start and stop, so we can align the switches and whatnot. And then other duties as may be directed, like I made sure there was drinking water in there for the passengers and things like that. Yeah, I'm retired from the Navy. I got some time on my hands, so come out here maybe twice a month, operate trains, work my way up. Eventually, after brakeman, the next step is conductor, and the next step after that is engineer.